Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope your Sunday celebration day, however you celebrated it, was a good day. I hope you've had a great weekend, and for those of you who celebrated Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. For those of you who celebrated something else, well, that's why I said happy celebration day, because I think that everybody has something to celebrate, right? Even if you aren't a mother or a daughter, I think it's important to sometimes just take a moment to celebrate something. And so, yeah, I hope you had a great weekend. As you probably have noticed by now, it's been about a week since I finally reached 100 subscribers. And I'm really hoping nobody's unsubscribing because I mention it, because that's a bit of a fair. But yeah, we're finally at 100, and I want to thank everybody who subscribed so much. Everybody who watches, of course, even if you're not subscribed, I also want to thank you so much for your views, for being here with me throughout my journey. And now it's on to, let's say, 150. Yeah, let's say 150, and we'll celebrate then. um our next milestone, I suppose. For now, I think 100 is pretty great. Honestly, I never thought I would get it this far. I didn't think that my channel would grow to 100 subscribers. I didn't think that I was as interesting as I would like to be. Um, but it seems that people do enjoy my channel, and I absolutely appreciate that. Also, it's been quite a few days since, I suppose, since my last upload. So first and foremost, I would like to ask like how you have been. And I know that this is something I do every Monday. It's just I'm very curious, and I just want to know if everybody is okay. Um because yeah, I do care. I know I've had a couple of comments on that, not specifically in the comment channel, but on my emails, asking why I keep asking that and why I care so much. It's quite simple. It's communication. And I appreciate everybody who watches, and communicating with you guys is one of the highlight of my days. Is a highlight of my day. So yeah, it's something I'm really interested in, and how you have been and how you're doing, and you know, just everything that's going on, kind of. I'm not always the best in answering. I do my best, but it is sometimes difficult for me to come up with a normal answer, I suppose, because I'm a little different than other people, and I tend to say things that are either misunderstood or a little awkward, I guess. I've had a lot of awkward responses because I'm technically in conversation, I'm a bit of an awkward person. Um, when we were to talk face to face, it would be, yeah, it would be a little bit awkward. Not because I'm trying to make it awkward, just I'm just weird. I've always been weird. And I've accepted that about myself because you know, I'm not boring, I suppose, in a way of being like everybody else, like the normal people, so to speak. So, finding plus points in weirdness. Yeah. See, I'm making things weird again. Um, but anyway, I cannot talk for too long because I really bit my cheek real hard while I was chewing food. Um, yeah, so I got a cut on the inside of my mouth, which is bothering me. Which, if you notice me speaking soft, that's why it's swollen on the inside. Um, I don't know if you can see it on the outside. Yeah, maybe a little bit, but not as bad, I suppose. Oh yeah, you can see it. That's weird. didn't think it would, but yeah. So that was just a bit of a mistake, just not watching what I was doing. Usually I pay more attention because um, I've always had a little bit of an issue chewing. I have issues with my mouth. I don't know exactly why. The dentist cannot explain it. The doctor cannot explain it. I just do. My tongue is slightly more swollen than other people's. But apparently that's normal. Apparently it's just a little thicker than others. Which is fine. It could have been something that got caused by a tongue piercing that I had once upon a time. I highly doubt you can see the hole anymore in my tongue. I took it out about 10 years ago for multiple reasons. I kept pulling it between my teeth and it was starting to, well, it would have damaged my teeth. But also if you keep pulling on your tongue piercing, pulling it forward, that motion, like constantly playing with it between your teeth, other than it damaging your teeth, it also creates a cut. And I noticed that pretty early on. I think 8 months in. Okay, I have my piercing about here. Yeah, there. And then pulling it forward here created a cut just a little bit low. Yeah, okay, little awkward. Again, it's weird, but right where the piercing was, where it comes up every time you pull it in, pull it out, there was starting to get a cut. And if I had done that any longer, it wasn't exactly a wound, because the mouth heals pretty fast, luckily, but I was doing it so much a day that it wasn't exactly creating a wound, but it was slowly creating like a split. Rather, let's call it a split instead of a cut, because a cut would indicate a wound, but it was, yeah. Again, it's weird, it's awkward. It's the same thing like when you have a belly button piercing, which I also had. I was a bit, bigger then as well. And the reason why you shouldn't get a belly piercing when you're bigger is because the fat around it tends to move. And where you had your piercing, it goes left and right. It puts pressure, and that also has done the same thing as it would have done with my tongue. Instead of pulling it forward, it would have gone left and right. And so you can see it's not one hole or one piercing scar. It's more of a line that I have on my belly button. So yeah, it's kind of like that. But like I said, the tongue heals pretty fast. It closed right up, just like the piercing hole itself. So I doubt there's anything you can see. Unlike my lip piercings, which can also be seen now, yeah, the tongue is just not there anymore. How did this go from this to that? Why did I start talking about beard? Yeah, I'm weird. Okay. Anyway, I tend to go so off trail. Why? I don't know. I always realize afterwards, but yeah, anyway. Yeah. What was I actually saying? Welcome back to another awkward video with Alex. Hi. Yeah, I wanted to say something, but it's gone. Okay. So I think I'm gonna end it here for tonight, because this is getting way too awkward, way too weird, and yeah. Anyways, I hope that you've had a great time with whoever you spent your celebration day with. Mine kind of sucked a little bit because my mom tends to be a little boring. If you talk to her, I think you're gonna get more response from a wall than you'll get from my mom. But it was okay. I mean, she's my mom anyway. So yeah, unfortunately I don't have that much to tell. But anyway, I'm gonna wish you all a very good night, a very good morning, a very good evening, and a very good day. And again, I'm very well aware that that's completely out of order, but it is what it is. And I'm gonna wish you all a good night because the pain is getting a little awkwardly painful. Alright, have a good night, and I will see you hopefully back tomorrow. Alright, have a good night.